here. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the gorgeous new Berry Box Dynamic from My Favourite Things Stamps, and I'm going to show you how I made this cute little planter box using one of our previous Dynamics, the wood grain fence. So first I'm going to talk about these cute little strawberries, and I'm going to show you how I got the two-tone effect, so the seeds of the strawberry stay white and you've got that beautiful red colour. So what you're going to need is your berry box cut out in white. You will need a brayer and some red ink, whatever you choose. I'm using real red from Stampin' Up at the moment. So all you're going to do is load up your brayer with lots of red ink, and you're just going to go over your berry box. Now it's not going to look great the first time, and it's not going to look great even the second time. I usually go over this 3 or 4 times to get the depth of colour that I want, and also to get rid of sort of those lines from brayering as the colour comes off the roller. So just keep going over it, smooth the ink out, and you can see that the beautiful, here's the die, and these beautiful deep embossed seeds resist the ink. They're too low, so the ink isn't going to get in there. You just need a nice firm brayer. So that is that. That is how you get your simple strawberry with the white seeds. So I'm going to show you how I'm putting mine together, and then we will make the box. But first I'm just going to let this dry. Okay, so my strawberry is dry now, and I have added a little red line tape and taken the backing off there, and I've also pre-scored all the fold lines. So I'm just going to show you how I've been putting these together. I'm just going to stick that down like so, and then I'm just going to go around and shape the little petal sides to the berry box, and I'm going to show you how I decorate my berries. Now first I'm going to put some thread through the holes to close the box up. Now before you do this, you would want to put something yummy or a little treat inside the box. Now I'm just threading the thread through the holes, hopefully you can see that, and then back through itself just so it anchors on there. I think little chocolate truffles in these are a perfect wee gift. And then I'm going to thread through the opposite side and sort of pull these together. Now this is a bit fiddly to do, especially on camera, but I'll do my best. Then I'm going to go through one of the opposite sides, and you just sort of want to pull it all quite reasonably tight as you go, and thread through the last wee hole. Pull those strings tight and sort of shape it as you go, like so. And you can maneuver it a little bit once it's finished too. Now I've got the little topper. This is the die part for that. So if you cut it in paper, you get beautiful little score lines. I've cut mine in felt. I can just see the wee score lines that add a little bit more detail there. So I'm going to thread both pieces of my thread through there and sort of hold that together. Now I'm going to add a little bit of extra embellishment. So all you need is a long thin piece of cardstock and a paintbrush or something similar, and just twirl your cardstock around whatever you're using, and you're going to get this nice spiral, and then once it comes off you can sort of use your fingers to tighten the spiral as much as you want. And I'm going to put that under the button that I'm going to finish my strawberry with, just for a little bit of added interest. Okay, so what I'm going to do is thread the pieces of my thread through the button. I'm just going to lift that up a little bit, and I'm going to give this a wee pull in the middle so it's got a bit of room. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to sit it in there under the button. So it's all going to tie on with this thread. It's a little bit fiddly, but I love the finished effect. And it means that nothing is stuck down, so when your recipient gets the little box, they can just undo the wee bow that I'm about to tie and open the box without destroying it to get whatever is inside. So just pull that nice and tight, tie a wee bow, and then I'm just going to snip off the excess. So there you have it. There is your cute little two-tone strawberry with a little bit of a springy stem, felt topper, and a button. Of course you can finish yours however you like. That's how I like to do mine. So next I'm going to show you how I made this wee planter box and decorated the wee planter box to fit 3 little strawberries inside. For the planter box, we're going to start out with a piece of cardstock that measures 7 inches by 3 1/4 inches. So you don't need much. You've probably got something in your scrap drawer that will work. And I'm going to use my score pal to create my wee box. So first, along the long side, you want to score at 1 and at 6 inches. I'm going to turn your cardstock around, and you want to score at 1 and 2 1/4 inches. And then we can get rid of that. This is really simple. You've probably made a box like this in the past. So we're just going to go along and score those lines. And then all you need to do is just chop one side of each little tab. So chop one, miss one. Chop one, miss one. Chop one, miss one. Like so. And that's going to give you 4 little tabs to work with. I'm going to get my glue, fold the tabs in, a little bit of glue on each one. You'll be much more careful than I am, I'm sure. And we're just going to fold the box together. It doesn't matter if the edges don't line up exactly perfectly, which sometimes they don't depending on the width of the score lines you've made, because we are going to cover it up. And I've used green just so it sort of looks like some grass or something peeking through. You can use whatever you want, of course. So that's a wee box, the perfect width to put your little strawberry into. Okay, so to decorate my box, I'm using the wonderful wood grain fence Die-namics from My Favourite Things. So I've got one here. You're going to need to cut 3 if you want to cover the entire box. And when you cover your box, I suggest that you put a full Die-namic around the front so that you've got no join lines on the front. And then I have cut one in half and gone around both sides, but there's a little gap in the back. If the gap doesn't bother you, then you only need to cut 2. If you want to fill in that gap, then you need to cut 3. Now I've cut this out of craft cardstock, but to give it a little bit more interest, I'm going to use the inking technique that I love on this die. So I am using tea dye distress ink from Ranger, the Tim Holtz range, and all I'm going to do is just run that along my fence. Doesn't have to be perfect, because a fence wouldn't be perfect. And then all you need to do to adhere that to your box is a little bit of glue on each strut as shown, and then all you're going to do is go around and attach it to your box. And your box should be the perfect height that the top of the box is hidden behind the top strut of the fence. So you're just going to go around and glue your whole box like so. So here is my finished one. So you can see that I've put the fence all the way around. I've put a little bit of packing material in there just for a bit of added interest. And I kept my decoration quite simple. I've just added a nice big bow, and then I've used the gorgeous little mini pennant die and the new flags that are coming out this month to go with the die. So here is the original set. It's just a cute little one. And then this month we're getting this these adorable new shapes as an add-on set. So that's what I've used. And the little stamp that I've used comes from the notched tag set, which has lots of little sentiments that would fit perfectly on these flags, but so do sentiments from an awful lot of My Favorite Things sets. So I hope you like that. If you make one, I would love to see it. Thank you for joining me, and enjoy. Bye.